Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Carolith is saying hello as well. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor and we are back in Tharbad. You might remember at the end of last episode we met Egfrith, a woman from Rohan who is seeking for a cure for Theoden King. We crossed the river with Herne and Meneldir, and on the other side of Tharbad we met Boromir, who has just joined the camp, and now Meneldir is gonna ask him some questions.
You may sit by our fire, Captain of Gondor, if you are willing to share with us your tale.
If you're willing to share with us the tale of your journey north, I am interested to hear the reasons for it. A long way from Gondor indeed, tell me about it.
My reasons are my own, but I will tell you the tale, as much as your fire seems to earn.
My reasons are my own, stranger. But as Beriathan has proven a help to me already, I will trust that his friends are trustworthy. I will tell you the tale of my journey as much as your fire seems to earn. I have seen larger, brighter and warmer, but this has proven a cold land and even a poor fire is better than none. This is a very good Boromir voice. That does remind me some of the lines he says from the books. It's like, thank you, but really? I enjoyed this one too. So let's hear Boromir's tale now.
It was in the days of June that my father Denethor, the steward of Gondor, called his sons to the White Tower.
Alright, so here we are, the Tower of Ecthelion, the throne room of Minas Tirith, a site that I'm sure Beriathan knows quite well, but something that is really important to note in here, and this once again goes to the idea of the Before the Shadow expansion catering to new players and teasing a lot of things. Just take a look at this. Imagine playing the game for the first time and just being level 18 or so, and you are already seeing the throne room of Minas Tirith and seeing Denethor and Boromir. Man, I would have loved with all my heart having this in the original days. When I started playing LOTRO, I always had the fantasy of playing as a man of Gondor and getting to know Minas Tirith, but I still had to wait about 5 years before the game actually got to Minas Tirith. But this is what I wanted, and I'm sure a lot of new players would be so happy and so excited to see this. So let's hear what Boromir has to say now. Let me take a picture first. I think this is the only chance you get to actually see Boromir in Minas Tirith. It's kinda sad, but it is what it is. Long has my father kept watch upon the Black Land of Mordor, and at his command the soldiers of Minas Tirith never relaxed their vigil. The steward's commands are respected, as is right, but what man from the high walls of Minas Tirith could not see smoke rising from Mount Doom, far away and yet still too near? In the taverns of the city they named it a fell portent, and in the high chambers of council my father agreed with his folk, though they know it not. But none could have foreseen the onslaught that emerged from Mordor. A great force swept through Ithilien, driving our soldiers before it, and at Osgiliath we slowed its approach for as long as we could, and destroyed the bridge behind us. There was something strange about that battle, my friends. There were strange omens, before and during the fighting, but neither my brother Faramir nor I could understand their meaning. We spoke of them to our father. What does it mean, father? It means these are strange times in which we live, Boromir. But it may be a message. Speak to me not of fairy stories. We have always measured our strength by the bright sword and the sturdy shield. And so we will today. I am sorry, father. We mean not to question your wisdom, father. This much is clear to me, my sons. Gondor is strong, but even Gondor cannot stand forever against such evil. Can it be that names out of legend may hold some key to defeating this enemy? Imladris. Can it be? My father is wise in ways I could never be, for I am in my very bones a fighting man. The stories with which I grew up shaped me to be this, but the steward of Gondor must be a learned man if he is to guide Gondor through such troubled times as this. What the name Imladris meant to my father he would not say, only that it was a place far to the north where lived Elrond Halfelven, who was said to be the greatest of the lore masters of Middle-earth, canny and dangerous. Few or none in Gondor know where this place might be found, my father told us. My brother Faramir volunteered at once to seek out this place and to ask Elrond Halfelven if he might know the meaning of the many strange portents we had seen in recent days. I knew the road would be full of danger and took the journey for myself. My father was most wroth at my choice, and he argued against it, but at last he gave me leave to depart. He must have seen that I could finish the secret tale in which Imladris lies and bring back knowledge to aid Gondor. Before I set forth, my father impressed upon me the need for secrecy. Enemies could lurk anywhere, my son, he told me. Remember that Gondor needs you. Return with the knowledge the Halfelven can provide as quickly as you can. More quickly, if you deem the quest to be a foolhardy one. I assured him I would not abandon the quest, and departed at first light, taking the west road into Rohan.
As is custom, I called upon Theoden, king of Rohan, upon arriving at his city.
Greetings to you, Boromir, son of Denethor. You are welcome to Medusselt, ruling seat of Theoden King. Oh, we're gonna enter. Oh no. Hold. Who comes here? It is Boromir, son of the Steward of Gondor, captain of the White City. He is known to Rohan and is a friend. Is that so? These are dangerous times, and friends must be judged more carefully than before. The king is indisposed, and will see no one today.
I was denied my audience with Theoden, but I did speak with others of his court.
Alright. Give me just a moment, because this is, once again, the only chance we'll ever get to see Boromir in Edoras. And this warrants another screenshot as well. And continuing with the idea I was discussing before, well, this... Another great tease showing lower level players Edoras. I mean, how amazing that is. I also would have loved this when I first played the game. A little bit less than Minas Tirith, but seeing Edoras, that would have been so exciting. I can only... I envy the people who get to play the game. And the first thing they get is this. They, of course, will need to have a lot of patience to actually get to Edoras and Minas Tirith. There's a lot of game in between, but at least I would know that side would have kept me going if everything else hadn't turned out to be as great as the game actually is. I don't know if I'm making sense, but bottom line, these teases of Minas Tirith and Edoras are so great, and they are so used masterfully in this expansion.
The man Grima, a foul look. I did not like him.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Theoden's door ward is named Hammer. He seemed a good man.
What else do we have here? Eomer! Oh, jeez! Once again, the only time we'll ever get to see Boromir and Eomer. Awesome!
I sparred for a time with Eomer, nephew of Theoden, a good man.
I mean, you get to see Eomer and Theodred, Eowyn. Oh my god. This is so great. And something really important to note in here. Eowyn is wearing her white dress. The white dress that she is supposed to wear in Meduseld. And throughout the Helm's Deep expansion, she is supposed to be wearing this. You might remember on my West Rohan episodes, there was some sort of bug and Eowyn was actually wearing a white and blue dress, which I think she got to wear first in Gondor. And I don't know if this has been fixed yet, but this is what Eowyn is supposed to look like when you first meet her in West Rohan, and throughout West Rohan as well.
I know not what to make of Eowyn, the king's niece. Are all women of Rohan so eager to fight?
That's a very good question. I think everyone who meets Eowyn has the same question, and meeting Egfrith now just adds fuel to that fire. And we also have Theodred. How cool is all this?
May Theoden recover from his illness, but if he does not, Theodred will be a good king.
That was the plan.
I could not tarry long at Edoras.
My obligation to call upon Theoden satisfied as best as could be managed, I left Edoras and continued my journey. I would pass through the Gap of Rohan and then turn north for lands I had never seen. You and me both. Alright, here we are. Here we have something that it's really cool as well. You can see Boromir's horse, and the model of this horse is actually the steed of the captain, the class mount. You can only get it through the store, but remember there was about 10 years ago, a little bit more, LOTRO released a class-themed steeds for all the class available at the time. And some class steeds look better than others. The steed of the captain is one of the cooler ones, in my opinion. And it's so nice to see Boromir having one, because this also goes in line with Boromir being the captain mentor during the original Shadows of Angmar period. So this is a really nice little detail that I enjoyed a lot the first time I saw it. And speaking of nice little details, here we can see for all these flashbacks, we are seeing Boromirs Model, the original model that you can still find in Rivendell and Lorien and even in Rohan. But here we see, well, they decided to update Boromirs Model for the expansion. And I like that because it does give Boromir a modern look, if you will. And it looks, of course, more travel ready and even a little bit wary. Something that I really enjoyed about this change in look, you can see here the original model, he just has a light stubble, but in here you can see he has a beard, product of all the long days and weeks of traveling. And at some point in the books it's also mentioned that even though Boromir is Denethor's son, the blood of Númenor actually runs through Denethor and Faramir, but not so much Boromir. Boromir has also the blood of the so-called lesser men. And that also goes to explain why he has a beard, but Faramir doesn't. Nor Aragorn, for that matter. Nor Beriathan, for that matter, too. But those two are so two nice little details that I also enjoyed a lot about this. Did I take a picture of Boromir and his steed? I didn't, but I don't think I can take one. It's really hard to get a good angle in there, but we can still take a picture of Boromir at the Gap of Rohan, because once again, only time you get to see this. And let's continue. But as I neared the Forts of Isen, to my surprise I encountered someone I had not expected to see. I dismounted to speak with him. Hail to you, son of Gondor. What errand brings you with such haste to my borders? It is an errand of some urgency for the kingdom of Gondor. But I should not speak of it. I see. There was a time when the wisdom of wizards was much sought after. I mean no offense. I fully understand neither the need for secrecy nor my journey's purpose. What power can there be in Imladris that might aid Gondor? Imladris. You seek the haven of Elrond Halfelven? Why? I beg your pardon, my lord, but I have said too much already. Too much, and yet nothing at all, son of Gondor. But I will not let you pass Isengard without the benefit of my knowledge. The refuge you seek lies in a northern dale guarded by sharp-eyed elves. If you plan to treat them with the discourtesy you have shown me, you had best turn around and save your own skin.
It has been said that wizards are quick to anger.
That's true.
Saruman, at least, did not prove an exception.
What a great tease this also is. Well, in my opinion, the Gap of Rohan is not the most important view to have in the early game. Like I would prefer actually seeing Edoras and Minas Tirith, but oh my god, seeing Saruman. And once again, it's not a gratuitous tease. It does work for the story, and that's part why this story has been revolving around the supposed treason of wizards. I mean, once again, it's really commendable the work the devs did with this expansion. They knew exactly what they need to do and how to do it. And you can see with all these little details how meticulously crafted this storyline was to be able to do all the things they needed to do to engage with newer audiences, but also serving their own story and serving the stories they will tell in the future. It still blows my mind how they were able to pull it off. It's really impressive. I feared I had offended him, but I tried not to brood upon it. I had not called upon him at his home, after all. If he should leave his tower and the Vale of Isengard to interrupt my quest, let him bear the burden of my unpracticed tongue. I am a fighting man, as I have said before, and I am unused to the ways of wizards. I resumed my journey. I was already a long way from Gondor, but there was longer to go. Longer to go, indeed.
Beyond the Gap of Rohan, I saw no sign of trouble for countless miles.
Beyond the Gap of Rohan, the white fields of Enedwaith lie before me, and I saw no sign of trouble for countless miles. To me, it seemed an empty land, and the days passed beneath cloudless skies as I journeyed north. But as I descended the slope toward the ruins of Tharbad, I knew the river crossing would be difficult. I released my steed, setting his eyes toward the bountiful grasses of the swamplet before I left him, and I made the crossing myself. Shortly afterward, I was set upon by orcs, and that is when you found me, Beriathan. So yeah, this we also discussed at the end of last episode. I initially thought Boromir's steed had died trying to cross the river, but as you have seen, he just sent him back, like Egfrith and myself also did. And here we also start getting the cosmetics of Cardolan, which are so amazing. I would love to take all these rewards. This hood, it's, in my opinion, the least attractive of them all, at least for the kind of outfits I want to get with Beriathan. This other hood is kind of for travelers as well, and once again, it does work, but oh my god, just take a look at this one, and I freaking adore this thing. It has the same feeling as the hood we saw before, but you can see the helmet. below, and it's such a great look. And the style of the helmet, which looks kind of elvish to me, reminds me especially about the Peter Jackson elves. And I would love to get this one, but I think we do need to get this one to improve our stats, and we'll get the chance of getting this other cosmetic on another quest as far as I remember, so we might want to wait before we get this one. And once again, all 3 outfits are really nice looking. I wish I could have them all. We'll see if I can pull that off.
That is my tale. You have no doubt heard more exciting stories than this.
And were I to speak of our mighty efforts in Gondor's defense, you would hear one such, but time is wasting. I know about those efforts, and I could tell a couple of those stories myself, but once again, time is wasting.
Could I speak with you alone for a moment?
Let us just walk to the northeast, right over there. The northeast? The northeast, sorry. Jesus, I thought as much. Northeast, how far northeast exactly, Meneldir? Here? Yeah, jeez.
I do not know if we can trust this captain of Gondor. Remember the words of Bregoleth.
She told us to guard our trust with care, for even seeming allies could harbor treachery in their hearts. Neither do I exclude Egfrith from this warning. But Boromir rode right by Isengard on his way north, and even admitted that he spoke with Saruman. How can we trust his conversation with the White Wizard was as he described? We cannot. I think we should keep what we know of the White Hand to ourselves, for now, just in case Boromir has fallen under the sway of the traitor wizard. We can travel together, at least until we reach Breland and the Dunedain, but we should keep an eye on both of our companions. Bregoleth believed we stood on the very precipice of danger, and I think she spoke true. Here, take this map of Cardolan, show it to the others and see what they recommend for our course. Meneldir presses a worn and faded map of old Cardolan into your hands. Yeah, I was about to say... Well, he's a captain of Gondor. I come from Gondor. I can vouch for him, of course. But Meneldir does make a compelling argument regarding his conversation with Saruman, so I guess there's not a lot to argue in that regard. So let's hope this decision doesn't come back to bite us.
You've decided we should travel together.
I believe your friend would suggest we should not, but I find the idea agreeable for now. Should my own course not align with yours, I will depart, and without hard feeling. Boromir unfolds the map of old Cardolan and studies it briefly before handing it back to you. My own journey's end lies in a hidden dale Beriathan further north than this map tells. Perhaps Meneldir will unveil a second map when we draw nearer to Breland, and that one will mark my destination. But perhaps not. My father said the dale was hidden.
It pleases me to hear that Meneldir will not turn away the captain of Gondor.
For the men of that land are warriors strong and true, and in past days they have been hardy friends of Rohan and we of them. Egfrith unfolds the map of Cardolan and wrinkles her nose. These names are unfamiliar to me, Beriathan, so different from those of my own land. I cannot begin to understand how to speak some of these places aloud. Boromir is not the only one of us who is far from their homeland. I mean, we all three are far from our homeland. Really, really far. I will follow Meneldir until we find the Rangers of the North, for Rohan lies withering while I am away, and if I cannot return with the thing I seek, I fear the kingdom will die.
Then we are agreed. Our road leads north.
And that means we must pass through the city and travel north along the Greenway towards Breland. We should defeat more of the creatures that lie between us and the northern walls of the city, and I suggest we scout the gaps in the circling wall at several locations before we leave Tharbad behind us. Once that is accomplished, we can meet up just north of the city to plan our further course. So, defeating 12 foes to the northwest and to the west. Alright, let's see how we fare. Because our poor sword, of course, is going crazy with a blue glow. But there's plenty of enemies to be found in here. What I what I'm not so sure about is items. Defeated foes in Tharbad. Let me grab the urn. The gap in the wall should provide a good view of the countryside. Yeah, provided I can take the look. But it is a nice view of the countryside indeed. The ruins looming in the distance, of course. Ah, we actually have to look. My bad. To the northwest, you see activity among distant buildings of Tharbad. Alright. What else is there to be found in here? I know this is not where we need to go, but once again, I have the feeling there should be something around here. We have the broken urn. Yeah, I hope you don't mind if we take some time to actually explore Tharbad now that we are here. There's got to be something, right? Anything. I would take anything, but there should be at least a treasure cache in this place. Somewhere around this place. Tharbad Orc Leader. Okay, yeah. I seem to remember that Orc Leader, so maybe we weren't supposed to be here yet. I don't remember. Just urns and chests. And I mean, we could use the mats, but we are not that desperate, so let's try and look for the other gap on the wall. I'm guessing there's one here. This gap in the wall should provide a good view on the countryside. Let me take a look. The rolling hills of Radimor could hide any number of dangers. The rolling hills, yeah, those. We'll need to explore them to find out. But for the time being, we gotta meet with, well, Meneldir and the other guys. And it seems here they are. Yeah.
And that is Tharbad behind us.
If the crossing of the Great Flood proves the worst experience of our journey, I will count us fortunate. I fear it will not be so, though it is likely to be the wettest. Did Tegwin dislike the damp and cold of the wet water? He is fortunate he had no need to cross the Great Flood, and under the watchful eye of his parents it will be many years before he might. But now we must turn our eyes to our own road. Cardolan awaits, and within its bounds we will find my friend Narndir, who will know the location of the chieftain of the Dunedain. Then will Egfrith's purpose be attained, and our own as well. Perhaps then Boromir can be sent on the proper course, and you and I will dine at the Prancing Pony before we part. But we are not there yet. We must take one step at a time, lest we trip upon our own wet feet. Our own feet, but, well.
Our first destination will be the town of Herne, a village of farmers and traders to the northwest.
Village of farmers and traders that grew up at the crossing of the ways to the northwest of here, where the Green Way coming south meets the road coming north out of Enedwaith. When last I came this way, the tavern at Herne was a pleasant enough place, although it could not truly compete with the Prancing Pony for entertainment and company. Crossway House it was called, a two-story building near the south gate. Let us be off. I will finally get boots. in this quest. Was a long time coming, but we'll get it. Jeez, thank you. And we have, well, first of all, this jacket, which does provide a nice upgrade. This elven-made leather hood, which also provides a really great upgrade in this. Yeah, awesome. So we are ready to continue. But you will see this building we spotted from the other gap on the wall is actually our next destination. I don't think we are ready to go to Herne yet. But we'll see how long does it take us. Inhabitants of the Banished Realm, Stonecrop Encampment. Let me take a look at this. We need to find 6 different locations. We already have the first one. Oh my god, there's also lore behind these encampments. I don't want to take that much of your time.
How can I be of service?
But let me know if you want me to check all these deeds and see what other lore we can glean from them. But for the moment, as you see here, there are a lot of quests in this camp, so I will expect we will be spending some extra time in here. We're gonna get the milestone and start grabbing up the quests.
I am so angry that our trip to Tharbad has been ruined by those awful orcs.
I wish I could walk right into their camps and destroy things of theirs, just like they did to us a few nights ago. But I am no match for them, alas. You, however, could enact my revenge, could you not? If you come across any other stashes of weapons, destroy them. That'll teach them. Have you seen my kinsman nearby? I'd go look at myself, but he gestures to his bandages and smiles wryly. After what happened in Nimbarth, I doubt they would enjoy rescuing me again. Could you make sure they are alright? They should have returned to Nimbarth by now, to the northeast. Our leader is a woman named Meriona. You'll have to forgive her and the others for being wary around you. That's just how things are with them. Nimbarth. It's kind of far away. And this is where I start taking gripe with some of these quests in Cardolan. If we were to go to Nimbarth now, we'll need to traverse a lot of space that the epic would take care of further down the line. But if we wait until we do the epic, we will be out leveled for this quest. So I don't know what to do, but I will let me see what else we can do here. Hello there! Happy days these are. Look at our shelves, empty after the raid by the Orcs of Tharbad, and I have a wife with child to feed. Eta is craving berries and, well, I learned with the first 2 children not to argue with a craving mother-to-be. Sadly, I am no warrior and cannot leave the camp, but perhaps you can help us. To the north are some ruins among which grow bushes covered with Eta's favorite berries. If you bring some back for us, perhaps we can stop her pacing. Ah, you. Wait, Eta! Are you with child? You don't look like. Well met. Do not mind my pacing. I find myself restless being confined to these crumbled walls. My husband Tam did not want us to make this trip, and now it seems he was right to worry. I want to make him a new pair of breeches, but our hunter is otherwise occupied. If you head north, will you bring me hide from the avant that lurk in the watery pools? Oh my god, there's a lot of things in here.
I traveled down from Bree with this company as their hunter.
Hello there, my name is Hal Wolfscomp and I traveled down from Bree with this company as their hunter. It's my job to keep us supplied with fresh meat, but when the orcs attacked they stole my bow. I could make a new one, but this land was stripped of its trees long ago, and besides it would take far too long. I heard you are going into the ruins. When you do, will you look for my bow? Ah, you have another one.
I appreciate your help.
Have you been across the road to see the herds of deer? What a sight they are. Magnificent creatures and good eating too. We surely could use the supplement to our rations, as the orcs no doubt ate all of our food. If you've a mind to help, bringing us some of the deer meat would go a long way.
Greetings, fellow traveler.
My name is Burl Stonecrop. My companions and I have been tasked with traveling the Greenway and investigating whether or not there would be any benefit in rebuilding a settlement here in Cardolan. Predictably, On our first night here at Tharbad, we were attacked. The ruins are full of vicious orcs who stole our supplies before we could fend them off. We will probably be heading back up to Bree, but without our supplies, the trip home is impossible. However, you look like someone who could stand up to those orcs. If you retrieve our supplies, I will compensate you. And finally, Ryangar.
Hail, traveler. Please, I need your aid.
I am Ryangar Nevet. My father, the Mayor of Herne, was last seen going into the ruins nearby. He has always been obsessed with Tharbad, but recently the ruined city has been overrun with orcs. I fear for his life, but I am no warrior. Please look for my father in the ruins. I am going to check his house in Herne again in the hope that he made it back. Alright, I already grabbed the Stable Master, right? Okay, so we have a lot of things we can do in Tharbad, but I don't know if we have enough time to go back to Tharbad and do all those quests. So what do you say we actually do some of the quests we got for the outskirts of the camp? So around here, I think we will find the Avank Bog Crawler. Oh my god. Yeah, at long last, an Avank. Yeah, come over here. And to make things better, we are finally fighting some enemies of our own level. How cool is that? Yeah, that's something else about Cardolan overall, and is the level range is all over the place, and you are already seeing this. We are seeing, for example, that we got plenty of quests that are yellow. This one is white, but we are also seeing dark and light blue quests, meaning we are over leveled for some, but we are under leveled for others, and this trend will continue throughout Cardolan. And the enemies will also be like this as well. You will find enemies that are around your level range, but then you will find enemies that are 3 or 4 levels below you, 3 or 4 levels above you. It's all over the place. I don't know what they were trying to achieve with this exactly. Maybe giving you the idea that you could go whatever you want and do this in any order you want. But I don't know, maybe I've gotten too used to the game design that we've seen since Isengard really, and even Mirkwood. And that is the game slowly taking you from one area to the other, and that way showing you all the different places, the different stories that you can find. There was a more clear path in those early areas. But this kind of design, I think it's actually trying to emulate, if you will, what we had in the original Shadows of Angmar areas. Bree and the Shire and the Lonelands, where there was a suggested path, but it was not as enforced as the previous ones. And in here you will see we have found Melona, which is we had already heard about her, but more importantly she has a quest for us, and this is one of the many quote-unquote hidden quests that you will find around Cardolan, meaning that you will not get a vector to the NPC, you need to find it on your own by exploring, and there are plenty of those throughout Cardolan. Hey you there, are you interested in making some coin? I am a bounty hunter and I am very near to tracking down my latest quarry, but fate is cruel. I landed poorly on my ankle and now I cannot move with the speed required to finish the job. If you put an end to the bounty I seek, I will share the reward with you. Are we agreed? Good. The target is a brigand named Bedwyr, an ally to half-orcs and a disreputable ruffian. Track him to the northeast among the rocks. Northeast among the rocks. Right next to the Avanks. Awesome. Quite convenient. To the northeast among the rocks. Maybe those rocks that you can see over there. But if we could fight some of the Avans, that would be great. Maybe we can try. You can combine builders. How cool is that? Oh yeah, there he is. Bedweir.
Why are you bothering me?
This is your last chance, stranger. Bounty hunters have a way of coming to bad ends when they try to chase me. If you insist on following this course, you will not survive. Then die. No, I don't want to die. Let me go. Yeah, so much for your cocky attitude. Now we need... three more Avank hides. Ah, the deer meat. Something else that we can also do. Okay, there is an Avank in here. Awesome. They apply their nasty poison, but thank God we have first aid already, so it's not a big deal. Back to Melona it is.
Leave me be.
You got away? This bounty eludes me again. Unacceptable. He will not get away forever, I swear it.
What is it?
I will not allow Bedweir to get away again. He's probably going to try and hide among his half-orc allies, but he doesn't know that we can track him wherever he goes. The half-orcs control a bridge to the north. Go there, defeat Bedweir's allies, and look for some clue to my bounty's whereabouts. To the bridge, yeah, the bridge over there. Half-orcs at the bridge. Let's pray that some of these Avank have respawned already so that we can get all the hides we need on our way to the bridge. Yeah, they have. Cool, great, amazing. They have a huge range for aggro. Awesome. Now we can actually try and go to the bridge. Maybe explore these ruins. There might be something interesting in here. I don't know. Seems plausible. Please tell me there's got to be something in here. Anything. Nope. 4 deposits, that's it. Enraged Teludan. Level 25. My God, maybe we shouldn't be here after all. You see, that's what I've been telling you about. This half-orc is almost 4 levels below us, and that Eloran was 7 levels above. And they roam the same area. Let's try to avoid trouble. As soon as I get to level 20, I might get a little bit more reckless and willing to risk it a little bit more, but we're so close. And I already risked it enough with those 2 falls at Clean Helic. I don't want to risk it any more than I have to. Wait them all to arrive. Half-orc Slayer of Cardolan. Great. Let's check the deed. We need 60 of them as well. here we have a hasty note. This is what we were looking for. The parchment has hasty writing scrawled upon its surface. I am finished with you and your lot. There are bounty hunters after me now, and while I have managed to elude them so far, I'm afraid my luck is soon to run out. I need to find something new. You have orcs on your own, and I won't cry for you. Miserable curse. You brought me only trouble and I have enough of that on my own. Bet we are. Okay, so we pick up the note. Back to Melona it is. Not entirely sure if we have enough time to try and hunt, get the deer meat, but we are in no rush to do that anyway. We can try. Let's see how we do with these other things. Because I think Melona, will she ask us now to cross the bridge? Yeah, let me tell you, all this freedom is a little bit overwhelming after so many years of following the set path of questing. Because if we cross the bridge and go to Sedgemead, then we can go to Caranost and the farm and Nimbarth for the other quest. But the Epic wants us to go to Herne, and shortly after I think we will be going to those places, but I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember all that well. So yeah, I don't know where to go after this. I guess we still need to do all these other quests back at Tharbad anyway. But yeah, I don't know what to do next. Oh, I didn't see you there. You don't mind? Let me bring the fight to you as well. There we go. Thank you. Back to Melona now. Might want to sell some of these things, if not all of them, but I'll check that later.
Out with it.
But we eluded you again? How can this be? I will get this bounty, Beriathan. I need the coin, and I care not that he regrets his alliance with the half-orcs. I will still track him down, and the bounty will be mine. You are welcome to give up the chase, but I never will. Now be gone. Awesome. And here we also got some nice boots. Really needed. Great! Level 19, 1 class trade point. Destination Lonelands. At some point I will get to the Lonelands, but not today. You two? Alright, so let me get yeah, these other trade point that we just got. Let me equip the boots at long last. Was a long way coming, but we finally got them. And let us go back to the encampment. Yeah, I think that's all the time we have for today. Because something tells me, I have this feeling that if I go hunting for deer, it doesn't sound like much. You just need to get 8 slabs of meat. But something tells me that if I do that, I will find something that will distract me and will send me on another thing. And I don't think I have enough time for that. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. So I'd rather not risk it. This is a good spot to end today's episode anyway. Let me just turn these quests.
What can I do for
Perfect. These are exactly what I was hoping for. Thank you so much for your help.
What is this world coming to?
Do you have them? You do! Oh, this is wonderful. I know it would only fulfill this temporary craving, but I cannot wait to see the smile this brings to Etta's face. Now, before I forget how wholesome these 2 quests was, the husband was trying to get her wife something to eat to quench her her craving for the berries, and the wife is regretting coming here and wants to also get some bridges for her husband. Yeah, a very wholesome quest, seeing these two taking care of each other. I didn't expect to enjoy these two fetch quests as much as I am doing, but what a nice little detail that was. But yeah, I guess this is all the time we have for today. Join me next time, we'll go back to Tharbad and go deer hunting. But for the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.